Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be the greatest day of your life. You know, I went to the mall just a few days ago to buy a band t-shirt at a local store that sells these types of t-shirts. And, when I made the purchase, I'd give them my debit card, entered my PIN. Before they would complete the purchase, they wanted my name, my phone number, my email address, and they don't need any of that information to make a purchase, and as a consumer, you don't have to give it. And it's just kind of a little bit annoying because they get insistent and they're like, hey, and we'll send you coupons, and you'll send me coupons, you'll sell my information, 40 other companies will be contacting me about similar stuff. I don't need the trash mail in my inbox. If I want to do business or be on a list, I'll indicate that's the case, but it's unfortunate that when we go to businesses today, they assume we want them to have our personal information. You see, when I was growing up, that wasn't the case. And if you would ask my grandfather or my father for their personal information to make a purchase, probably wouldn't have liked the response. I think it's a generational thing, and as we've become more integrated with technology, we're more and more comfortable sharing things. Now, I want you to keep one important fact in mind. Your conversations with AI chatbots are not private. Now, AI is a great technology. I love it. I utilize it all the time to write reports, to do analysis, and garner additional insights that help me make good decisions. But you know what? You're talking to a robot, and that does not mean that a human won't read it eventually. It's similar to a situation that I had when I was back in college. I had installed an AI plugin that would automatically respond to incoming AIM messages. Yes, I know that's old technology, but it would do that for me while I was away. And this simple plugin automatically responded to messages using my chat history. So if someone asked, "How are you?" the bot would respond with an answer I recently gave to that question. And you probably know where this is going. It took roughly 2 days for this plugin to repeat something nasty I had said about something, and I immediately uninstalled it, having learned a lesson about AI privacy and, in this case, unfortunately, friendship. AI's come a long ways in the last 20 years, but the privacy problems haven't changed. Anything you say to an AI chatbot might be read and potentially repeated. Now, be careful what you say to these AI chatbots, and I'm going to tell you that I was recently reading Jack Wallen from ZDNet, who had pointed out that the privacy statement for Google's Gemini clearly states that all the information in chats with Gemini, which, as you probably previously know that it was previously called Bard, is stored for 3 years, and humans routinely review the data. Now, the privacy document also states outright that you shouldn't use the service for anything private. And I'm going to quote the terms for you here. It says, "Don't enter anything you wouldn't want a human reviewer to see or Google to use. For example, don't enter info you consider confidential or data you don't want to be used to improve Google products, services, and machine learning technologies." Now, this is Google. They're outright saying in plain language that humans may review your conversations and that they will be used to improve their AI products. Now, does this mean Gemini is going to repeat everything and all the information you type into the chat box? No, it doesn't. But the page does say that human reviewers will work to review obviously private data, such as phone numbers and email addresses. Now, there was a ChatGPT leak late last year wherein a security researcher managed to access training info, and that shows that anything a large language model has access to, at least in theory, could leak eventually. And this is all assuming the companies running the chatbots are at least attempting to be trustworthy. Both Google and OpenAI have clear privacy policies that state they do not sell personal information. Will it always be that way? I wonder. But if they decide to change their mind in the next 3 years, your information is stored. Now what? And Thomas Germain wrote in Gizmodo, he stated that AI girlfriends are encouraging users to share private information and then actively selling it. And what he said is that you've heard stories about data problems before, but according to Mozilla, AI girlfriends violate your privacy in disturbing new ways. For example, CrushOn.AI collects details including information about sexual health, use of medication, and gender-affirming care. 90% of the apps may sell or share user data for targeted ads and other purposes, and more than half won't let you delete the data that they collect. So not only may your chat data leak, but some companies in the AI space are actively collecting and selling your private information. I think the takeaway here is basically that you never talk about anything private with any sort of large language model. This means obvious things like your social security number, your phone number, and addresses. But it extends to anything you'd rather not see leaked on some other platform eventually. You see, these applications simply aren't intended for private information. I wanted to share this with you today because I wanted you to keep it in mind. We're being aggressively marketed to as it relates to the utilization of AI technologies. It seems like that's the focus right now, and wherever the focus is, that's where the herd tends to follow. I want you to be very, very careful with what you enter online, especially in these AI models. It could make a difference, and it's definitely could be leaked out and it not be private. They can obviously directly correlate that to you, and whether or not that causes problems, I don't know. But one thing it can truly be is 100% freaking annoying to get a bunch of emails and phone calls and other crap that you never intentionally wanted to engage in anyway, right? Privacy is important. You're busy. You're working on your goals. You're working on bettering yourself. You're walking down the path towards a better life. You don't have time for all these marketing and sales emails and annoying phone calls. You want to keep this thing here, your supercomputer, your mind, focused on your goals, focused on your commitment to realizing a better life and having better things in your life. And I care about you. I just wanted to share this with you today. I hope it helps, and I hope it gets you thinking about how you will personally utilize AI technology moving forward into the future. Listen, I just want you to be the best you that you can be. There are billions of people on this planet, but only you have the ability to be you and to utilize the special gifts that reside inside of you. I care about you, I believe in you, and I know if anybody can do it, you can. Have a beautiful day, friends. I hope I got you thinking today. I'll be back tomorrow with some really great stuff. Take care of yourself.